Hey and welcome YouTube. Let me close the preview. Hey and welcome YouTube. We are on Virginia North today in the MX-5, the first races in the Rookie Series. I'm kinda curious how they will turn out. In case you watch the VOD, check the chapters at the bottom. I will mark the races there and everything what happens when there was action so that you can skip the less action parts where we wait for the races or just practice. And yeah, whatever is the goal today, I have no idea. I think we will take a look at each race separately and see how we qualify, see how the splits go, and yeah, just race and have fun. We have still 10 minutes to go. Everything should be running smoothly today. The last time I streamed on YouTube it was a bit choppy, but I think today we are fine. No packet loss. Everything is green. And let me move this around. And let's hop on to the track. One thing I noticed already is that it's extremely hot this week. And you definitely feel a difference on the straights and the downhill right-hander and the uphill right-hander and basically everywhere where you are going flat out over mountains. Still haven't figured out what the best way should be to approach this turn. But we will see how we compare to others in the race. Damn it. The gaps between drivers are quite high around here, so I expect even if it could be a top split, will be a top split, I don't know yet. But I expect that there will be a group of like 5 drivers at the top. And then a few at the bottom. Also kinda difficult to take chat around here. I'm also curious how this turn will turn out. Greetings from Peru. Hey, greetings from Germany. Thanks so much for your track guides. You are welcome. Glad they are helping. Is this track good for MX-5 or faster cars? I think this north layout is decent. I was in 5th gear. It's decent for the MX-5. And in the Skippy is also quite fun. And quicker cars. And depends what you mean with quicker. I think like cars like the USF. And I'm using wrong gears when I chat. Hey, that's something new because I'm not used to talking and driving that much. And yeah, basically open wheelers. I think it's a great open wheeler track. MX-5, I mean in this layout it's okay. On the full layout, it probably wouldn't be that much fun. I will get used to looking at chat and driving. It always takes a few laps because I kinda need to find some spots. That's safe. And this turn is really scary because usually in top splits there's a lot of bumping. What are you intending to do? And I already said it on Discord that when you bump someone in that turn, in that braking zone,
right side,
then you send him straight to Narnia and he has
hold your line.
nothing
Clear
can
on the
do.
right.
Don't dive me. So yeah, let's hope everything will be clean. This one feels awkward, I don't know why. It's too late. That'll be fine. We have 5 minutes to go, so let's set a decent lap. I'm not liking the end, but overall decent. We are getting tips for the perfect crime, yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be on purpose. Even when someone missing the braking point by just 5 meters, then yeah, you are done. I mean, I'm also curious if some people will try to dive on the inside there, because it's kinda invites you to dive on the inside.
You got a slow car on the left.
Since the braking point is quite early. But there's not enough space. Wrong gear again. But there's not enough space on the inside, so somehow I gained time. Thanks. So I think 36s are possible in those conditions. Nice. How do you get the other driver splits in the top left? It's crexLive apps, I think. That's the name of it. It's linked on Discord. It's on the iracing hub channel, I think. And it's a third-party app which you can display on your own screen. But I'm only using it for the live stream. I don't see it on my screen because I don't want to see any other times. I was always a driver who thinks that all you need to focus on is yourself, and when you drive decent laps and solid laps, then you will get the result you deserve, so it doesn't really matter what's happening around you. I'm just having it displayed for you on the stream so that you know what's going on. And yeah. I also wouldn't recommend using it when you are just starting out. Because I see quite often that people clutter their screens with all kinds of informations about the track, about where everyone is and whatever. Dang it, that was late. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, just drive, have fun, do your best, and you will finish at the position you deserve, and I think that's it. 36.4, nice. My best so far is 39, but after lunch and back to it. Yeah, this track, I need to practice the first braking point. Because it's quite hot and you need to brake a bit earlier. This will be fun. you can also see it on the number of people who registered for the race, because usually you easily get 200 or 300 people in the late evening splits, early evening splits. And now we got only 130. People are scared. I saw the smoke and thought someone spun there. How much time do we have left? Not that much. Oh, someone unregistered at the last minute. What wheel and pedals are you using? I'm using the G920 wheel, but not the stock pedals. I'm using the Fanatec LC pedals. It's a load cell pedal on the brake. I forgot the name.
Slow car ahead.
I need to put it into the description.
You got a slow car on the left.
I think it's Elite
Go right.
LC. Fanatec Elite LC. They got discontinued the model I have, but they have a new version which launched in 2022, I think. But it's the usual G920 wheel, nothing spectacular, and also a single screen. Nice. So yeah, I'm kinda... like when I started sim racing I was still studying. So I started on a budget. And right now I don't have space for a rig, so I stick to the G920. When I move I will probably upgrade, but right now I would kinda need to sacrifice half of my living room. And I don't really want a rig in my bedroom, because you need a PC for it, and yeah, it just doesn't fit right now. I have a G27, I just upgraded to the Club Sport V3s and it's a huge difference. Yep, that's true. The stock pedals are like, they are great when you are starting out and want to try out sim racing and want to see if you stick with it. But when you really intend to race a lot more, then you should definitely upgrade to load cell pedals. That makes a huge difference. It's way more comfortable and it's just, yeah, the driving quality, the overall confidence in the rig and in driving is way better. Hey Filippo. Reduce transmission to 1080p, I think 1440p is a bit laggy. Is it lagging right now? I'm not dropping anything and not X. I will check the what. I'm still figuring out YouTube right now, because you kinda are forced to stream 1440p when you stream iRacing, or at least transmit 1440p to YouTube. I want to stream 1080p, but the thing is YouTube gives you a bad decoder or encoder when you stream lower resolutions, and it just doesn't look great. Don't feel bad for using a DD wheel, it's just practice and experience, that's all. I mean, having DDs and whatever hardware and the triple screen, it only makes a difference at the upper level when you are like 6, 7, 8K. I've seen... Nope. Sorry for all the questions. For all newer drivers, what are your thoughts on the racing line for learning the track? Turn it off, don't use it. Don't use a racing line. I'm working on a video for it about assists. Don't use the racing line. It's just, you will never learn the track. You will learn how to race on the racing line, but once the racing line is gone, you will feel totally lost and you won't learn anything. Alright, let's take a look at the split. We are car number 3, which means we are in the top split, most likely. It's 1 lap, 1:30, which means we need about 5 minutes. Yeah, let's go. So again, I'm not dropping anything and nothing is next, so the stream should be stable in both 1080p and 1440p. I guess I won't talk a lot and chat to get a decent quali rundown. Oh god, come on. Yeah, let's focus on a good quali run. I don't want to bin the quali here because I drove a few practice runs and it can become quite difficult to pass someone here. You only have the main straight and in those turns you're forced to follow. You can't pass, you can't attack, and when you do it you just lose a ton of time and you still don't know if it pans out, so let's set a decent quali lap. And I need to practice start as well. I haven't raced MX-5s in a while, and I usually hate standing starts, so yeah, that's a great combination. Alright, let's go and let's stay in 4th gear.
Green flag, green flag. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Not the best turn. Kinda bent last turn, but it should be a decent lap. Now we can try to improve it.
One more lap.
Alright, that felt nice. Let's see, it should be a 36. 36 point something. Maybe 0.5. 0.5? 6. Alright, and we are 0.7 seconds off. Nice. Let's try to get a practice start in. Alright, so I will press the clutch, go like was around here. Trying to find a good point where I still get a bit of wheel spin. Yeah, that one felt nice.
That's too much mucking about. They're telling us they won't count your laps. You need to reset the car, start over.
Looks like we will start from the back. I kinda... Well, will I delete all laps? I kinda took it too far with the quali scrutiny, which probably on max right now. Ah. Well, looks like we still got P2. And it looks like it will be a lonely race for the top 2. So yeah, it's quite hot. I think I can drive a low 36 when everything pans out. Did I miss anything? Quality looks good, nice. It's just me, but this FOV is getting me motion sick. Yeah. Why? Oh, because you don't see a lot from the car, right? Yeah, my screen is quite far away, so I need to use the lowest FOV. Alright, we have an idea for the start. I think our goal is to finish in the top 3. I will try to stick to the inside line into T1 and then just see if we can keep up with Thomas. Still, I think I will need one race to adapt to the high temperatures. And see, maybe after a few laps I will be able to push. How does track temperatures affect lap time? Usually, like now we have 37. Higher temperatures mean lower lap times because you have a bit less grip. But it varies from track to track. When you have tracks like Lime Rock, it doesn't make a difference at all, or nearly no significant difference. But on tracks like here, where you have many ups and downs and many long, fast-paced turns where you need a lot of grip, then those small differences add up, and yeah. Alright, let's go. First gear, 60%, and just go for it. Touch.
Green flag, green flag.
That was a bad start. And we won't be able to go for the inside line.
Right side. Stay on the left. Still there. Clear on the right.
And we spin. That's a great one. Alright, let's catch them. I kinda knew it. I don't know if something touched me, but I don't think so. I think I spun on my own. I wanted a bit too much because I wanted to fight them and don't give him a free pass on the inside, and yeah. Then it's easy to spin. At least I have a bit more time for questions on a straight. We are 11 seconds behind, but I think that's like 3 laps or something. Nice, what a great start. I kinda knew that it will be bad after I went the first meters. Alright, let's keep pushing. It happens all the time, yeah. I need to get used to talking and streaming while driving again. I kinda experienced it once already. Back in the days when I started streaming on Twitch and was aiming for 4K iRating. And then iracing changed the tire model of basically all cars that I was racing. And suddenly it was quite difficult to talk and drive while you are learning a new car. And that's the story how I dropped like 2K iRating about a month or whatever. I mean, you can see it on my profile. I'm kinda used to having those oopsies, but I'm sure they will be gone after a few races. We are already catching, we are 6.2 seconds behind. Which means we gained like 4 seconds in 1 lap. I'm not sure which position I need to gain iRating or to stay even, but that should be the goal for now. 0.5 seconds, it went down from 10.5 I think. And they are fighting, so they will lose even more time. I don't know if it's the track or if it's the car. It shouldn't be the car. But for some reason this track feels like it has less grip than all the other tracks. Maybe it's the camber of the turns. .8. We are catching. I'm a bit surprised that nobody crashed out. Well, except one car. Are you a fan of dynamic weather? Do you think it will be implemented this year? Not really, to be honest. Because I think most people, like when you have rainy weeks or chances of rain, then we'll just skip the race, I think. And having rainy races looks cool, but I mean, nobody enjoys driving in rainy conditions. Look at Project Cars 2. They had great simulations of snow, rain and whatever, and nobody ever used it because it's just not fun. Kinda annoying, and it's, yeah. I think it will be a great addition for endurance races, but I don't really want to see it that much in normal series races which we have. Alright, we are catching the first car. He looked like he would win.
Left side. Keep to the right. Clear.
Doesn't look like he will attack again. I'm also not used to racing on cold tires because usually I spend most of my time in this car in practice sessions. When I was racing lately, then it was open wheelers or the Toyota BR80. So I definitely need to be more careful in the first 2 laps. I'm not sure if he was attacking, but that looked a bit spicy. Alright, 1 more lap and we are in the pack. Thanks for all the content, you're welcome. I think they will touch.
Great job. 10 to go.
Well, I got proved wrong. I'm not sure if it's worth it to get close here. I just need to aim for the main straight. Finished a race at Park last week. You're getting 3 wins and 2 other podiums for your content. Nice! Great job. And on Oran Park, which is a difficult track, that's a great achievement. It felt like I was about to spin on it again. That's why I just got back on the throttle to add some grip to the rears. I'm so bad in this sector in the race. Oh, they will fight. He went on the brakes, so he will definitely lose the draft fight. I don't really want to be on the outside, but there was no space on the other side.
Still there, hold your line.
That's probably not
Still
okay.
there, hold your line.
Yeah, I need to...
Keep to the left. Clear.
get out of it because I was blocked. But this time I will stay in his rear just to show him that I'm there. And that I want to get past him. He was a bit late on the braking point. Alright, nice. Now we got the inside.
Keep to the right. Clear.
He might attack into the braking zone. He's far away, but I think he... And he's desperate, he will try it. Alright, one more to go. And then we have another gap. I'm late on the brakes by him. He might get a chance in the next braking zone. Let's see what he does. He sticks to the center of the track. When I go to the right, he will probably go to the right, so let's go to the left. Alright. So just ignore me, I guess. Alright, just ignore me and do whatever you want. And by the way, when you are fighting against someone who is going for, like, let's call it an adventurous defense like this, then you need to make sure that when you go for the move that it's... What?
Left
Okay.
side. clear.
that it's clean. I guess he got a slowdown, nice. So 4 seconds and 5 laps. Could be doable. Ah, your lines all belong to me, right? Whatever that means. Nice, they're fighting behind me.
To go.
Not the best exit. .3 seconds ahead, so we are closing the gap by roughly a second per lap. I don't like the last turn in this car, it has not enough grip and just slides all over the place. He has draft behind us, so I need to, yeah, he's closing. I need to block the inside.
Car on your left. Stay on the right. Still there, hold your line. Right side. Still there,
I was a bit
hold
late
your
on the
line.
brakes.
Still there, hold your line. Clear on the right.
I'm not keen on fighting now, because when we fight now, then it means that we lose our guy that's driving ahead of us. I need to nail the last sector now. Oh, he went flying. That's not what I needed, but luckily he seems to be too far away. I'm still learning the track, it's rough, yeah, it's extremely rough. And when you're starting out, it's one of the most difficult tracks of the whole season. I wasn't sure if he would dive me there. Oh, that one was horrible. Yep, my tires are a bit heated up.
2 more, let's go.
Oh, he's spinning. Got the guy ahead. And we got a gap to the back now, so now we just need to manage it. 2 decent laps and we got P, what is it, 7? Yeah, we are losing him a bit, but he's still in touch.
White flag, stay smooth.
Alright, one more lap. And of course I spin it. Oh, he made a mistake. Alright. Ooh, P7. Well, the race, it was fun. Not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous at the start, so...
Car stop on the right.
Bent had been P1, P1, P2. But we got P7 out of it,
Alright,
which is
checkered flag.
decent-ish.
Good job, very good job.
I need to brake earlier for turn 1. I might want to consider to get into 5th gear when it's hot. Because I think you get a bit more power onto the track. And the whole section which is in sector 1 is... Come on, who's driving against us? No. Oh wait, Thomas didn't win. Let's check the start. Yeah, I spun on my own. I was too early on the throttle while being on the outside of the track, and I think it's a bit banked. Something is fishy in this turn. I don't know why, but there's zero grip, and Then I spun it on my own. Happens. Hey Iron. And hey all 71B. What time is it? Alright, we will drive the next one as well. I need to get back into racing, streaming, talking at the same time. Because I also want to drive the GT3 series on Interlagos this week. I'm looking for a series to climb again, and I think it will be GT3s. What happened between them? It looks like a nice fight. But I want to see the spot which is responsible for one of them crying right now. Oh, there we have it. Does iracing take into account the fact that there's a lot of rubber on the racing line going into turn 1? Except there's no rubber on the racing line because the race just started. But yeah, in endurance races you have a difference between the racing line and the off racing line track. But here it was just a mix of cold tires and me being stupid. I think that's the best place to put it. Alright, so they crashed. No. No. No, Hurrah. Hurrah? You turned into me, he didn't turn into you. There's like... I mean, there's a turn. Of course, the car will turn in. And Hurrah had no business in being there, and he didn't deserve any space. He was not alongside Thomas, I think. It was Thomas, yeah. He was not alongside Thomas, so his job is to stay behind, see what happens, and when you go for a move, it's to just be the move and you are ahead or along the car. But he's just asking for space, which he doesn't deserve, because again, he's following him. There is no space. He left now. But yeah, I think that was murder. Your opinions, chat? I think it's... Yeah, there's nothing you can do when you are Thomas. And he's simply going for the turn. I mean... Yeah. And the worst thing is that he could get the win from this one incident. But those things happen in MX-5. I was afraid that this will happen to me, and the top uphill right-hander which goes downhill at the end, because when you get the touch there, then you are just completely done. That's the risk when you race. Oh, the Rookie Series races. Oh, that was not good. But he still made it to P2. Let's see what he's doing on this turn. Alright, center of the track. Getting to the outside. I'm not sure if he's downshifting. Yeah, he's downshifting. So my idea wasn't that far off. Definitely Joe's fault. Thomas not obliged to give space. Yep. Alright, let's hop into the next practice session and get ready for the race that's coming up. I need to chill in the first lap. I need to practice my start. I think that was even the bigger issue there. Because when I hit a great start, then I won't have a car on my inside. And no, I have a meeting. Good luck, thanks, and have fun in your meeting. I hate standing starts. Ah. That's like the only downswing in this series, that it's a standing start. It's just... I don't even know why I hate them. I think because they introduce an RNG factor into the race, because you don't know how the cars around you will start. And starting and a running start is way easier because you can kind of plan it, you know what's happening around you. You can prepare it, you can get into a good spot. And it also felt like 60% wasn't enough. Or maybe I did something different wrong? Yeah, why did I have a wheel spin on the first start, but not on the second one? I need to... I'm not getting the wheel spin anymore. I had the wheel spin when I respawned. Just rev halfway and drop on green. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, but I'm not spinning the wheels. That's what I want. I want a small spin on my rear, because that helps you to get an initial bump into the car and to get it going. And when you start without it, then it just takes a split second longer, like 0.1, 0.2 seconds, and you will lose time compared to other cars who get this wheel spin. Maybe it's because something else. Because right now I got it again. What? Wait, what? Does it depend on the track? Yes. Alright, but I know that it should technically work. Let's try to put one or two more laps in before we need to load into the race. Maybe I can take the first turn in second gear when it's that hot. It's a bit slower, but when it's hot, then staying in the higher gear gives a bit more grip, which makes it a bit more difficult to spin the car. So yeah, I think I will take the first turn in second gear on cold tires and see how the race develops. But I love this track. It's a fun combination. And when you look at the track at the start finish line and at the P3 or P2 where we started, and then it's quite bumpy and you just need to have more experience in the car, I guess, to be able to hit the perfect start there, which I'm lacking right now. I don't even drive open wheelers that have a standing start, I only drive the USF. It's something I always try to avoid. Alright, let's try the first turn in second gear. What about Formula V? How did you like it? Yeah, said you're going top V, I'm not sure. I don't like the second gear, maybe only in the first turn of the race. But otherwise you just give up all that engine braking. I didn't drive the V in about a year, I guess. I'm not sure when I published the last video. And never got back into it because the Toyota released. I'm planning on driving it again for the next season when I update the MX-5 guides. But for now it's just gonna stop because, I don't know, it's kinda fun, I guess, but I never really enjoyed racing it because it's a third gear Fiesta and you are only driving, not shifting, just trying to hit a line, and it's a great rookie series and it's great when you try to learn how to drive and how to follow a racing line because you don't need to focus on shifting or anything else. But it's quite boring, also because it's not that quick. And that's why I stopped racing it. In open wheelers I prefer the USF. Okay, was it okay? I'm also bad with names, so sometimes I will flip some letters or flip some names. Yeah, you need the first gear here. An exception might be the first turn of the race. Everyone is slow, but otherwise it's better to shut down. One thing I noticed in the last race is that I was not hitting the brake pressure and everything like I should. So I'm getting more consistent. That's what he said. He looked at the chat and immediately got punished for it. Nice. Time is left. Okay. Enough time for 2 more laps. Nope, I don't understand it. Nope. How do I get the wheel spin? That will be a coin flip start. Some counters. By the way, something you can do when you are spinning and you want to catch the car is that you can hit the brakes, hit the throttle at the same time, because the brakes will stabilize your position, so you will keep spinning in the same angle. And by pushing the throttle, you get more grip on the rears, which then allows you to catch the car again and catch almost every spin. That's something I tried in the last race as well, but I forgot to get on the brakes and just went on the throttle, which just accelerated my spin and I simply spun. Same. Yeah, I feel the same. Last question compared to MX-5. How did you like the Toyota? I guess that depends on the track you are racing it on. When you are racing it on 3 tracks, or I think it's Tsukuba this week, because there are 20 cars in the split, it becomes a bumper car series with many contacts. I drove it on Summit Point, and Summit Point as well was an adventure. And it's also a bit different than the MX-5. Because you have way more mechanical grip. And it's easier to drive. Definitely easier to drive. I think both are equally fun. The Toyota on Laguna Seca was a blast. That was extremely fun. But again, on those little tracks like Tsukuba or Summit Point, and I'm not sure what's coming up. 2 weeks it's Olden Park. That should be fun as well. And yeah. I'm not sure how active the series is in weeks where you are driving on paid tracks. That's something I haven't looked at. Thanks for all the track guides, you're welcome. You made learning this track a lot less frustrating. Yep. That was also my first reaction. When I was learning it for the first time, I think it was on Skippies. It was still the old track. Then it's frustrating and tilting after a while because it takes a long time until you learn every turn, and I think the main track is like something about 7 minutes long or 5 minutes in a Skippy, I'm not sure. It's extremely long. And until you memorize everything and until you don't lose the car in every turn because everything is banked and everything, every time you go off the track you are just immediately going into the wall. It's really tough and tilting. Any tips on stopping the car quick when it's off track on the grass, or do we just have to let it roll to stop with a full braking? It depends on where you are going off the track. I mean, sometimes like on this track when it's bumpy and you're going downhill, then just get on the brakes and hope that you will eventually accelerate enough. There's no magic trick. Grass just became super slippery in the past patch, and session should start now. And yeah, when you are going off, then you are going off most of the times. Yeah, when you go off the track and are on a downhill section like on this track, then the best tip is to open Netflix in another browser and wait until you until you hear the bunking sound of the wall. There's nothing you can do. Even in the first turn, I hate the first turn here because when you go off the track, you get dragged into the grass and you are done. That's... I don't know who designed this racetrack. That's top split again. He got Joao again. So we need to keep an eye on him because we saw what he thinks about certain situations. I definitely need to be careful when he's behind me, because he will stick for gaps which aren't there. And when I say those things, I don't mean it in a negative way or anything. And I'm also not blaming anyone for anything, just so you know. It's just that when you race with the same people over and over again and know how they drive, then you need to adjust to it. And like, I mean, you know that some things will happen or might happen. You see it in F1 as well. When Verstappen was young, or when we had Mazepin and he just started in F1, and there are probably a few more. Maldonado was the guy who was known for a few oopsies. So just be aware of it and go only for moves which are 100% sure and clean. Because at the end of the day, when something happens, and even when it's not your fault, your race is still over when something happens. And yeah, you can blame someone else, but at the end of the day, you just got crashed out in a race. In a way, it's like flipping a coin, and when you know that the coin flip can go against you or will probably go against you, then just don't flip it. Keep it simple and safe. Alright, let's go for the quali run. Just focus. Not much talking. Try to finish another... I think we had a 36.5 on the last race. So let's just finish in the 36s. Alright, warm-up lap is good. Not the best start, but we take it.
Green flag, green flag. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
That's not a 36 anymore. Missed last turn again. Alright, so now we need to finish this step.
One more lap.
That was not a decent lap, it could be a 36, but it feels like a low 37. It's a 36.8.
There's the flag. It's over.
It's alright, I guess. I didn't hit turn 2 a single time. I need to find a consistent approach into it. Also lost a lot of time in that turn. My weak spot because I never had a decent run into turn 2. And because my turn 2 is always different, I also always mess up turn 3 afterwards. Because I'm not used to consistent approach. And it's tough to adjust your strategy for a turn when you don't know how you will arrive there. Do the tire temperatures change in Rookie and never see move on the red outs? They get hotter the longer you drive. Like in the MX-5 it's usually, because the races are not long enough to make the tire peak, you will have a higher temperature the longer you drive on most tracks. There are a few tracks which have a long straight. Let me think. I think Summit Point might be one, where the tire has enough time to cool down. But usually they just get hotter and you have a bit less grip when you are too aggressive. E4, lots of quick guys. We had a 36.5 in the last one and it had approximately the same temperature, so I should be competitive. When I keep everything together and don't get a brain fart. Let's aim for the top 5. I think that's a decent result. We are car number 7, which is my lucky number. There's car number 2 behind us. Might be able to pass us. I will probably bin the start again. So let's set the expectations a bit lower. Look out for P5, and when we are decent, about 7 laps in, then we can see if we can go for the top 3. P4 should be on the outside again. Dang it. So what's the game plan? Go for the inside as fast as possible or stick to the outside and get the inside into turn 2? I'm not sure what I want. I think I will stick to the outside line in turn 1 and then keep the inside into turn 2 and turn 3, and then we should be clear. Alright, so clutch, first gear, 60% pressure on the revs, and just hope that I get a wheel spin. I guess I need to practice it a bit more. What an awful starting position. The first turn will be interesting. Let's go. Clutch, first gear, and then just go for it.
Green flag, green flag.
I got the wheel spin, nice. See, and now you have a start which is decent.
Right side, clear, car right. Still there, hold your line. Go left. Stay on the left. You're
I
on
was
the
too
left,
afraid to
3
spin
wide.
it and bend the foot.
Car right, 2
What
wide.
the fuck?
You're in the middle, 3 wide.
I'm sorry, I guess.
Keep to the left.
I never intended to spin him, he just suddenly drove to the left. And it was on a straight, wasn't it? It was not into the turn, like when it was on the entry to the turn, I'm pretty back out. Let's watch the replay. After the race, obviously. Right now we want to stick to the leading group. Technically we can attack, I'm not sure if I want to attack him when he lost P1 and P2. I'm fine when we can keep driving away, guys behind us. That was such a bad turn too. Oh, he messed up big time. And I lifted to avoid him because I wasn't sure if he will spin, and now I'm not close enough for a move. I could still dive him, but it will be costly, and I really want to risk it. I still want the gap to P5. That's my biggest goal before I want to attack. Because the moment I start attacking, a third guy will join us. And I don't want him to join us. Oh, it's draw as well. Oh. Goodbye, he went to Narnia. We will see him when the next movie comes out. Alright, remember what I said before the race? I don't want him behind me, and it looks like I would have him behind me, so I just...
Still there, hold your line. Clear on the right.
Someone spun. Nope, alright. So we just follow now and close the gap to P2. And yep, in case you didn't notice, I spent like 80% of my driving time in iracing in endurance races. So I'm not really looking for the best first move. Because I think we are sitting at a confident pace. I just want to keep my tire temperatures nice and low. And have a decent second half of the race. And maybe I should stop talking in the last sector because I always lose some time in the turns. But it's fine, we are still close, 0.7 seconds, that's enough to get draft. Oh, top The top is fighting, so we should be able to close a bit. Interesting. Code Brown ahead of us. Alright, so I think he's slower than me, but I also think that he will constantly dive and attack me when I'm ahead of him. Because he's not that much slower and he's driving quite aggressively. And whenever you are following someone like that, where you are not sure if you can drive away, and you're afraid that an incident will happen, then you just stick to their rear, study where they are weak and where they are quick, and prepare a move in the last laps, because then you only need to keep him behind you for like 1 or 2 more laps instead of 10. And he has definitely a weakness into turn 1. So when I attack him on the inside there, it might be enough to force him into a mistake. We have a big gap to the guys behind us. Missing the apexes and entry points. And the longer he is keeping up this aggressive style, the worse his tires will be. It would be cool if the top 2 guys could fight once more. Because then we would get some spicy action. No, I lost it because I was in 5th gear and I'm not used to being in 5th gear. So my downshifts were a bit delayed. I need to stay close. I need him to know that I'm behind him. Otherwise he will probably be a bit more chill and take it a bit safer around a few turns. His last 2 turns are great. That's like the worst thing about the situation, because it will be tough to be in his rear for turn 1. Might be able to force a mistake before. I'm in 5th gear again. Need to keep it in mind. We are also closing on P1 and P2. I actually had a nice run around P2 and P3. Did I touch the brakes? Dang it! It was a bad run. It looks decent compared to him, but it was still a bad run, I think. He really doesn't like the first turn. And he's getting nervous. We just keep vibing in his rear and oh,
car ahead. Go right.
and we got action. Alright, that made the race way more interesting now. Ah, dang, I binced the last turn. Alright, so we need to close the gap and make up this last turn, oopsie. I also need to push now because I want to step ahead of the guy behind me.
Keep hustling. Stable fights. Oh well, maybe not. The guy behind us is losing us, which is nice. We have 4 more laps to go. You got 5 laps to go. The next car's the leader.
Come on, take this position. He bumped you. I don't really want to profit from a bump from another car. But you know, can you remember the start of the race where I called it that it might happen with him? And it happened again, so suddenly it makes sense that we kept him ahead of us for most of the race. The unfortunate part about it is that the car behind us closed the gap now. And he got really big in my rear mirror because the guys ahead of me were braking really early for that turn. That will be another interesting 4 laps. What the fuck are you doing, man?
Clear.
You were not even close to attempting that. What the fuck? Oh, well. There goes the monetization for this live stream. But yeah, that was a really stupid attempt. And now he's in my rear because I had to open the door because I wasn't sure if he will hit me. He's looking like he will try to attack me here.
Left side. Clear on the left.
Man, that's just... But right now, we are so late in the race that I can't afford it to just chill and let him pass. Right now you are in that part of the race where you need to fight for the position, keep it. He messed up. That could be our P2. Man, I don't want the outside line.
Side. Still there, hold your line. You're on the left, 3 wide. Still hold. Clear. Car on your left. Keep to the right.
Come on, man, don't block me
You're
now.
on the right.
Block
3
him.
wide.
Nice.
Left side,
Thanks.
2 wide. The next car's the leader. Stay on the right. You're on the right, 3 wide. Car on your left, 2 wide.
I knew it. I knew it. That's why I went on the
All
brakes.
around. Go left.
You can't make that turn with 3 cars. And when I heard that they are hitting each other, then I knew that I just need to stick to the outside and get on the brakes and just keep it safe. Nice. Alright, now we try to catch Joao. We have 2 more laps. .7 seconds, so it's not over yet. We still have 2 more laps. We need to drive away from him. We did it before, we can do it again. He is extremely aggressive.
2 to go. You're in second position right now.
Dude, what the fuck? Wait, is it the same car or is it a different car? Oh no, it's Jack, it's a different car. That changes everything because I don't know how Jack is driving. Fuck.
Left side. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the left.
Dang. My bad. Jack was following us all the time. He was like 3 seconds behind us. And I thought he was the blue car. But he's not the blue car, he's someone else. So all the studying I did in the past 10 laps went down the drain when I forgot that it's a different car. Alright, we can make up for it, we still have 1 more lap left. I just need to keep it simple now. But we are quite far away.
White flag, stay smooth.
I was a bit late because I tried to catch up. Dang it! I'm kinda sad that I forgot that it was Jack and not someone else. But yeah, still a decent race, I think. Most of the things that I observed turned out to be true.
Checkered flag, checkered flag.
Yeah,
Nice run, solid work.
sometimes you just, I think, need to stick with P2 or P3 or whatever. Because, I mean, you saw it, Drow was a bit slower than us, but Drow is the kind of guy which you can't keep behind you for 15 laps. I tell you that, you can't. It's just really tough because he's always in your rear and he will bump you at some time, and when you are unlucky, he will bump you in a bad moment like he did with the other guy. And yeah, great driving, great race, thanks, it was awesome. Let's take a look at what happened. Let's take a look at the start. That was fun. That's why I love the MX-5 series. Sometimes it can be rough when you are on the other end, because let's be completely fair, a few contacts which happened were tilting, and when you're on the receiving end of those contacts, then it's not fun. Alright, we had a decent start. I had the wheel spin. I don't know how I did it. I did the same like before. Nice race. I need to learn how to chill and not give up a bunch of positions doing something stupid. Yeah. I mean, look at the top 2 positions. Jack behind me was driving a chill race. I was driving a completely chill race, even though I was in a pack of 4 people. But again, it's a 15-lap race. When you have the pace, then you can get a decent position. The thing is, when you are quicker, like I was in the beginning, and following those 2 or 3 cars, and when you start to fight, then you will fight for 10 laps, possibly 12 or even more. And the longer you fight, the more, what's the word? Wait, the more, come on. I'm lacking words right now after that race. The you know, the higher the probability is that you will crash at some point, because two cars in the Rookie Series can't drive wheel by wheel for 10 laps. It's impossible. One person will cry at the end and the other will be happy. And you don't know which person will cry, so you might just chill for 10 laps and then do the attacking stuff at the end. It's somewhere around lap 10, like I said, when we were in P3 and had a car behind us. So around lap 10 is the point where you want to drive for your position and really put your elbows out and just fight. But before, the first 10 laps are just preparation and see what's up, see how the guys are doing around you. I'm not sure if this is looking good on stream, this cam. Go to the normal chase. We had a decent start, but we were stuck on the outside. One guy was spinning. Yeah, what happened to him? I mean, that looks like a racing incident. I don't expect him to pull over like that. It's a right turn, so obviously I'm going to the right. He's on my right, and then he suddenly moves over, and what am I supposed to do? We are not in a braking zone, so I don't expect him to slow down or to move. Sorry for the hit, but there's not much. I mean, he was probably afraid to get squeezed because this guy was coming as well, but he needs to just stay in the middle there. It's really, yeah, you don't see it and you don't expect it. And when I lift, it's already too late. You know, because up until here, you have to watch it in real time. Right now you're racing and suddenly he's ahead of you. And then you need those 0.2 seconds to react, and then it's already too late. It's unlucky. I think it's a racing incident which happens in a tight start. Put some music on. Great clean drive, yes, like great and clean drive, but lots of idiots riding like go-kart. Yeah, it's fine. It's a Rookie Series. Mr. Jack Dohan, the famous Australian driver? I have no idea. Look it up on Google, I guess. I have no idea. Maybe, possibly. Alright. Then we were in the pack. That's Jao behind us. Actually, let's turn the music off. I don't like it with the engine sounds. What happened? What was the next thing that happened around us? Did the Jack drop back? I'm missing something. There was another crash, right? Because we were driving behind him. Yeah, there was another crash. And I think it was him, wasn't it? At some point he will get past us. He will overtake me into turn 1. Oh no, he made a mistake on his own, right. No, I remember it. Yeah, he made a mistake on his own. Well, I was wrong. He didn't went to Narnia. He just went for a ride. He actually caught the car. That was a nice recovery. He didn't lose that much time. What's the lap time? 41, so he lost only about 4 seconds, which is not too bad. And then he drove all the way up to P2 again. Alright, when was the incident between Joao and the blue car? Catching. Alright, in this lap, those two guys had a rendezvous. I think it was in turn 2. Oops. That's a really bad spot to attack, and yeah, that's a racing incident. That's a really bad spot for an attack because you have those two tight turns, and when you are late on the throttle around here, then the car behind you will catch you. And even if it's 2 seconds, it will definitely catch you because you will have a really bad exit. You will probably touch like they did because there wasn't enough space. It's a really bad spot for an attack. You can do it at the end of the race when there's a gap behind you, but in the middle of the race, it's just asking for trouble, and that's what happened. Lucky for this one, and I don't think you can blame him for the contact. He opened the door for the blue car, you can see it here. He's really wide in the center of the track. So he already did him a favor for even being there, because he was a bit divey, and then he ran out of space and they touched. Alright, and this looks like it will be the same oopsie like he made one in the last race, nearly on the same spot. Yeah, it's just a bump. There's nothing you can do when you are ahead, and that's what I was afraid of when I saw the blue car and him braking into turn 1 behind me. Because they were super aggressive on the brakes, and yeah. When you are the leading car and something like that happens, then you are just... there's nothing you can do, you're just a passenger and have to give up the space and follow again. And then those two guys were fighting. Let's see. Oh yeah, exactly. It was when the blue car joined us. He has double draft. And then he made it 3 wide. And when he made it 3 wide... okay, when I was racing, I thought that he didn't block the inside, but he's blocking the inside. And this guy just still... okay, never mind, he didn't block the inside. It's a mistake on the white car's part. When you're on the inside here, you need to block the inside. You really just need to stick to the white line, and no matter what happens, you keep driving on the white line. You can even go a bit to the right here just to make sure that there's nobody on your inside, because you don't want to make it 3 wide. If he sticks to the inside there, then we won't get in trouble into turn 1, because I can drive a bit further to the right and close the gap. But once I get the spotter message that we are 3 wide, then I need to stick to the far left edge and just hope that I survive. Because this is... it looks good in video games, but it's not that great in a race. I mean, they touch now. And when I knew that they are 3 wide, I went for an early braking point. You can see it here, I'm already braking way before the 200 meter board. Because I wanted to just let them pass and then cut into the inside. Which is also what happened. I just let them pass, cut into the inside, gain 1 position. Then I guess he wasn't sure which car he should block. He went on to block the white car, which was our luck. I think I was the quicker one of us. Well, maybe he was quicker because he had the outside line. But that's a really borderline aggressive move. Like, it's not blocking. I don't think it's dirty yet. It's just really aggressive defending. And he gets the bump for it, which is deserved, I think. And then I know that I'm on the outside, and I can hear the spotter that we are about to go 3 wide. And I just do the same again. And he went for a gap which wasn't even there. Like, you can't attack here. You simply can't. You will never make a move. And even if you dive into the gap which is not there, the gap will close, this car will turn in, and you will crash. There's nothing, like... I sometimes see it when I give people advice about their racecraft and we watch replays. when you do something like this, then your ability to gain that position completely relies on the fear of the other guy that he has that you will crash into him. Like on a few attempts when people dive me into turn 1 when I open the wheel because I'm scared that they will hit me. You will need to rely on the fear of others to make the pass work. This guy obviously wasn't feared. I mean, you can see it in the whole replay that he's driving aggressively, which is not bad, which is, I think it's a totally solid take to drive aggressively. There's nothing bad about it. But when you attack a car like that, then you can't make such a move like this one because he doesn't care. He will just stick to his racing line and you will bump into him because he's not fearing you. He's not scared. And that's what happens. And then I was lucky that I could hear that they banged into each other and went onto the brakes again and cut into the inside. Oh yeah, a few rookie lessons. And I think that was then nothing much happened. We can take a look at Jack's overtake against us. It was in the second last lap. Man, your lap guide videos are helping me a lot. I was in split 1 yesterday in first position, but lost my car in the last corner in Virginia. Looks easy, but it's not hard. Thanks, man. Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm glad they're helping you. You can check the VOD. I lost the car in turn 1 in the first race, so it happens to everyone. I'm the guy from the white car. Which white car? Martin. Ah, you are Martin. Nice. Do you mean the incident which happened around here? Yes, exactly. He blocked you? Alright. I'm the guy from the white car. I mean, I blocked inside into turn 1. He crossed pit line, didn't he? Yes, he crossed the pit line. But you need to cross it as well. The thing is, it's the same in Monza where you have this run into turn 1 where you can drive onto the right in front of the grandstand where you have a bit of tarmac, which then gets closed by the grass. You need to stick to the very far right edge of the track, and when there's a pit exit, you need to go on the pit exit, and still, you just need to make 100% absolutely sure that nobody will go there. Because when you give a guy like this the small finger, then he will pull the whole hand and he will take the gap. And then when he drives onto the pit exit, and he's right beside you, then he's there and you need to deal with him. So, you know, there's a trade-off. I know that driving on the pit exit is technically not allowed, but you won't get punished for it. I don't think anyone ever protested, and I don't think you will get punished or penalty for it. Like, don't quote me on it, but I really doubt you will get a penalty for it, because when it's close racing, then iracing usually lets it slip. And when you just give him the space, he will take it. And he made it 3 wide, and then we went into this really tough 3 wide T1, T2 combination. And that other account was way too cocky, but I was pissed. Yeah. Ah, the accident, yeah. Martin Chamber ended where you run a good race. I mean, pit lane exit is not apron. I didn't expect him to go cross pit lane, white line, and half cross. Yeah, but you know it now for the next time. It's a lesson to be learned, and keep it in mind when you have aggressive cars around you. You need to drive on the white line, and if there's a pit exit, if there's a wall, it doesn't matter, you need to close the space, because those guys will take it. Again, it's nothing against the blue guy, it's totally fair to take it. There are situations where I take the space myself as well. Because when you are quicker, and the car ahead of you is defending, and you get a bit, not tilted, but you get impatient, and the race is about to end, then you go for that gap. And I mean, when it would be, it's lap 12, lap 13. Honestly, when I would be on the other side, I would go for this gap as well. But I'm on the outside, so I need to just see what happens. And yeah, also unlucky that you touch on the entry. That's another thing. It's not dirty driving, don't get me wrong, it's just racing and I love racing. But this little thing he makes is difficult to deal with, you know, because he's driving on the white line right now, and now he makes this little move to the left to just get a bit more space, which is fair, he can have it. But then you touch, and it's tough to deal with. And yeah, and I think your, as you said it, your accident, the next accident was a bit too aggressive. On the other hand, after getting this touch as well when he's blocking, I can totally understand it. He was just biting to the position with everything he had, so it was supposed to happen, and it was kinda written in the stars that some cars will crash. Will you race again? Next one starts in 5 minutes. Nope, I don't think so. I want to edit something and work on another video about the assists. So we will stick to the 2 races today. I will take another look at the last overtake in lap 12. Or when was it? And then we will call it, I think. I'm also getting a bit, not tired, but less focused, because I didn't stream for a while, and 2 races are okay. The 3rd race, I know it from the Toyota races, the 3rd race usually gets a bit more spicy and less consistent, so I want to cut it here and get used to racing that many races behind each other again, closely behind each other again, back to back. That's what I'm looking for, because I also want to let the VODs up. So yeah, I want to stay in shape and be in shape in a race. Honestly, when I was driving, then this looked way more dangerous than it was. He has full control over the car, and I was just panicking, I guess, because I was expecting the blue car guy. Yeah, exactly, I was expecting the blue car guy, and I missed that it's Jack. And when I saw him approaching me, then I opened the wheel again because I thought he would crash into me. Then I had a bad exit, and then he makes the move into the next turn, I think. But I realized too late that there's nothing I need to be afraid of. And right now, that's a good scent, I would say, because there was nothing behind us. I already messed up this turn, like this turn and the next turn. So he has to go for it. It's not like the lap 2 incident here. And then I just let him pass. And he's also giving enough space. That was a nice overtake. Good drive. Alright guys, and ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being around. Nope, not lagging. Thanks for being around. That was the MX-5 on Virginia North. It was fun, I enjoyed the last race. I will be back sometime this week with GT3s at Interlagos, I guess. At least that's what I'm preparing. I'm not sure if the preview is lagging. I will also check the YouTube stats and how the quality was. In future I'm planning to stream on YouTube and not on Twitch anymore, because Twitch, I don't know, for some reason I didn't enjoy streaming there. So I want to focus on YouTube. So the VOD will be up and stay up. And yeah, thanks for hanging around. Be here, and I wish you all the best for your races this week. And hopefully see you next time. Goodbye and nice evening.